got you.
From Tampa's streaming news leader, this is ABC Action News.
Well, more unmarked graves are found, this time at MacDill Air Force Base. How the local leaders now want the military to right this wrong. And the new FAFSA form is officially available for student financial aid. The event this weekend to help Pinellas County students complete the form. Hello, I'm Nadine Yanis. This is ABC Action News at 3. The Gasparilla Children's Parade gets underway tomorrow afternoon, but people will start lining up Bayshore early to get a good spot. It is a Tampa tradition that gives kids an opportunity to celebrate Gasparilla in an alcohol-free space. And as ABC Action News reporter Keely McCormick tells us, there's a lot to look forward to.
Children's Gasparilla is a tradition that's been taking place since 1947. So on Saturday, Bayshore Boulevard will be full of little kids dressed up in pirates taking part in that Tampa tradition. You can see there's already bleachers set up down the parade route. Tomorrow, marching bands, pirates, dance groups, and more will head down Bayshore Boulevard for the parade. But the fun doesn't end there. There's a full day of events tomorrow, starting with a bike and pedestrian safety rodeo at noon. The Gasparilla Air Invasion is from noon to 4, the parade from 4 to 6:15, followed by the nighttime Gasparilla Air Invasion at 6:15 and a pyrotechnic fireworks finale at 7. As the city prepares for the big events ahead, local and federal agencies are wrapping up security.
There will be plenty of officers and first responders at events throughout the season. So if you see something, say something, and let us do something.
Chief Burkaw also wants to remind people to take a photo of your child before heading out to the parade. That way you can reference their photo if you get separated. There are also lost children identification tags available at the bicycle rodeo. Law enforcement agencies say this is an all-hands-on-deck effort to keep you and your family safe while celebrating Gasparilla. We have the parade route and more information about parking on our website for you. That's at abcactionnews.com. Reporting in Tampa, Keely McCormick, ABC Action News.
It's an issue we have followed for years, the discovery of hundreds of graves in multiple spots across the Tampa Bay area in what were unmarked, predominantly black cemeteries. Well, now MacDill Air Force Base confirms that it has found more than 120 possible graves on its property. Officials say the graves are located in an open field not far from the base's Dale Mabry entrance. It was once known as Port Tampa Cemetery. Another 11 possible graves were located in a wooded area nearby. The president of the Hillsborough County branch of the NAACP says the graves at MacDill should be recognized and memorialized.
So we know obviously there was wrong done in the past, but we're working together with our community members. We want to make what was wrong right.
No one is saying the current administration or the current people living had a hand in it, but they do have a hand in correcting the wrong. They do have a hand in having the conversation and talking about it and telling the story and making sure that the story is told correct and properly.
The search for additional graves will continue through 2024. Officials expect to release additional results the following year after that. Now to our coverage of the price of paradise and Florida's ongoing property insurance crisis. As state lawmakers discuss ideas to slow down the rising cost of premiums, one plan could dramatically change how Citizens property insurance covers you. Now, state-backed Citizens is the largest insurer in the state, even though it is designed to be the insurer of last resort. Lawmakers are now considering changing the program to be more focused and only cover wind damage. The proposal would remove hurricane coverage from private companies and then let Citizens handle it instead. This could lower overall premiums, but Citizens CEO does fear that it would put the state on the hook to recover a lot more property.
The focus is on Citizens continuing to reduce its exposure. That will go drastically in the opposite direction.
Now, currently, Citizens has close to 1.3 million policies in the state of Florida. St. Pete Fire Chief Jim Large has decided to hang up his helmet. Yesterday, he announced plans that he's going to retire. Large's last day will be March 1st, and he has spent the last 50 years with the fire department, 17 of those as chief. Large says that his retirement is not connected to the August 2023 investigation into claims of discrimination, which he was ultimately cleared of. He does say that he is retiring because, quote, it was time.
I've gotten to a point
where I think I've hit a little bit of a wall, per se. And the investigation certainly, it hurt. It hurt because that's not the person I am, not the person that I was attempted to be painted to be.
The chief now wants his legacy to be one of hiring and promoting good people. He says the department is now looking for his replacement. A bill to avert a government shutdown is now headed to the president's desk. The House passed the measure yesterday, only a few hours after the Senate approved it. The bill will fund federal agencies until the beginning of March, while Congress negotiates full-year spending packages. Leaders from both parties say they are making progress on the budget, while also working to address issues like the migrant crisis. The new FAFSA form is now officially open for students after it was delayed for several months. The new application does come with many new changes that high schoolers need to be aware about. So ABC Action News reporter Larissa Scott explains some of them and how students can get help this weekend.
Some financial aid is handed out on a first-come, first-served basis, and the money can run out, so you don't want to wait to apply. The new free application for federal student aid, also known as FAFSA, opened up in December periodically to some students with a soft launch. But as of last week, the redesigned form is now available to students 24/7, 3 months later than the application is usually available.
I'm not going to say it's glitch-free. There have been a few, nuances. The program is new.
Although they're still working out some kinks, the U.S. Department of Education says last week more than 1 million forms had already been submitted. The FAFSA has been changed to make it easier, more streamlined, and is supposed to allow more students to receive aid. The new form now has fewer questions, from 108 to 46, and has a direct link to the IRS website.
It could be a game changer for so many students going to college, and not even college, but even technical school and that kind of thing. There's so much money out there that gets left on the table every year.
Each year, Florida students leave about $300 million on the table by not completing the FAFSA. That's why officials are encouraging all students to apply regardless of their financial situation, but especially if they come from a lower income family.
So, the FAFSA is really geared to target financial aid to the most neediest families, right? So if you are a low-income student, certainly you should be able to not only submit the FAFSA, but you should also be applying for scholarships.
The Pinellas County School District is hosting a FAFSA kickoff event on Saturday to help students and families navigate the changes. It's from 9 a.m. to noon at the Gibbs High School Media Center. Staff will assist families with completing the application. The district will also offer free breakfast, goodie bags, and door prizes. We have more details for you about the new FAFSA, plus how you can apply for tomorrow's event on abcactionnews.com. Reporting in Tampa, Larissa Scott, ABC Action News.
I'm Lydia Vasquez in Hillsborough County. The Tampa VA just opened its newest mental health clinic in Temple Terrace. Take a look at the nearly 140,000 square foot facility. We're told the project is consolidating multiple mental health programs, including a full range of outpatient care for some substance abuse, PTSD, and therapies for a wide array of general mental health conditions. Local leaders here tell me that this is a big step forward in providing the services needed for the veterans across Tampa Bay. In Temple Terrace, I'm Lydia Vasquez, ABC Action News.
The Tampa Bay Lightning won their 4th game in a row at home last night. The Bolts beat the Minnesota Wild 7-3. The Lightning now begin a 3-game road trip in Buffalo tomorrow afternoon. And then on Sunday, the Lightning will be in Detroit, just like the Buccaneers. So the two Tampa Bay teams are teaming up for watch parties Sunday at the Sail Pavilion at the Tampa Riverwalk. The Bucs-Lions party begins at 2 in the afternoon, while the Bolts-Red Wings party follows at 6 o'clock. The Tampa Bay Bucs are getting ready for their divisional playoff game against the Detroit Lions. The team will leave for Michigan tomorrow. We actually went to yesterday's practice and spoke with wide receiver Chris Godwin, who scored a touchdown on Monday night. He says there are different levels of excitement in the locker room this week.
You know what the excitement is going to be like, but like you just said, you try not to peak too soon. So try not to spend too much time focusing on getting excited for the game, and because there's a lot of details that we have to iron out, a lot of game planning that we have to do and kind of focus on.
It's going to be a big game, so the Bucs will have one last practice in Tampa today before then heading to Detroit. Yesterday, lawmakers voted to set uniform rules for vacation rentals across the state. Coming up after the break, why people in one local city say something needs to be done.
With 8 new miles of service along the Midlothian Turnpike, GRTC now offers a one-seat ride from downtown Richmond to Chesterfield Town Center and beyond.
Lowland is fair green.
The 1A runs 7 days a week, bringing the freedom and opportunity of transit access further into Chesterfield County. This means more connections to healthcare, groceries, jobs, and more. Starting now, your ride goes a whole lot further.
A new dawn is coming to the U.S. stock market, and it's time to throw out the investment blueprint of the last decade and prepare for a massive shift. If you've lost money over the past 2 years, this changes everything. Hi, my name is Mark Chaikin, and I was hired to create 3 new indices for the NASDAQ based on what I've learned in 50 years on Wall Street. So believe me when I tell you this shift could send dozens of stocks soaring sky high. Visit the website below before it's too late. I've spent 50 years on Wall Street. I've seen the rise and fall of over a dozen hot investment trends, but I've never seen an opportunity quite like artificial intelligence. Goldman Sachs says that AI will create $7 trillion in new wealth. That's more than the smartphone, the personal computer, and 5G combined. But with all that opportunity comes great risk, which is why I'm coming forward today. To get all the details, just visit the website below.
I'm a wife, a sister,
and a grandfather.
I'm an office clerk.
I'm a research analyst.
Dance fitness instructor.
Actor.
I'm a copywriter.
I'm a veteran.
I have lupus.
Cerebral palsy.
I'm blind.
And I'm working in a job I love.
I love.
Because I was given a chance
to contribute my skills and talents.
To show that my disability
is only one part of who I am.
Who I am.
Who I am.
At work, it's what people can do that matters.
For more information, visit whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
I thank God for my life and for the stars and stripes. May freedom forever fly. Let it ring. Salute the ones who died. The ones that give their lives so we don't have to sacrifice all the things we love.
Thank you, and welcome home.
Like our chicken fries.
The most accurate weather team in Florida, ABC Action Weather.
How you doing, everybody? A Friday afternoon, 3:12. I'm ABC Action News Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips, and there is our cold front moving through. As we were saying yesterday, not going to bring us anything more than just a few scattered showers lasting 15, 20 minutes in any given spot. And the cold air behind it usually takes about 12 hours to actually start moving through. So there's a live look right now. You can see the rain now having passed I-4, just to the south of I-4 and extending down into Hillsborough County and southern Pinellas County. It continues to move away, and that's it. Behind it, rain's over. Skies will clear overnight, and it is going to be a very cold weekend for the area. Matter of fact, a freeze watch has just been issued for Citrus, Hernando, and inland Pasco County, not for tonight or tomorrow morning, but for Saturday night and Sunday morning. Temperatures right now, upper 60s to upper 70s. South of the front, it's still very warm. North of the front, the temperatures are already beginning to fall. At the airport right now in Tampa, it's cloudy, 68 degrees, west winds at 8 miles an hour. There's your front. Much advertised front. We've been talking about it for several days now, and you will know as the colder air comes in tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, and through Sunday, just how cold we're talking. The coldest weather we've probably seen so far this season. So tomorrow, skies will be clear. So if you're heading over to the Gasparilla Children's Parade, bundle up. It's going to be sunny, but it will be cold with temperatures in the 50s, and the winds continue to kick up. Here's the only thing that might help us out a little bit on Sunday morning. The models are showing a little bit of cloud cover coming in on Sunday morning. If that were to be the case, then it could be a couple of degrees warmer. Instead of 28 or 29 northern counties, it might be 31, 32. Regardless, we're still looking at a pretty good chance of freezing temperatures in our northern counties, and a wind chill advisory will likely be needed as well for part of the area. So tomorrow morning, we start Mostly in the 40s, some upper 30s in our northern counties. Highs only in the upper 50s to around 60 degrees. Sunday morning, even colder. But again, if we do get some of that cloud cover coming, that might help a bit. But after that, then we warm up. And you will notice the warm up. We're back to 70 on Monday. By the middle of next week, we're back into the 80s. Although there might be a couple of showers rolling in at that point as well.
GRTC now offers a one-seat ride from downtown Richmond to Chesterfield Town Center and beyond. Starting now, your ride goes a whole lot further. With 8 new miles of service along the Midlothian Turnpike, GRTC now offers a one-seat ride from downtown Richmond to Chesterfield Town Center and beyond.
Lowland is fair green.
The 1A runs 7 days a week, bringing the freedom and opportunity of transit access further into Chesterfield County. This means more connections to healthcare, groceries, jobs, and more. Starting now, your ride goes a whole lot further.
Tune in for Tampa Bay's Morning Blend. We've got the food, fun, and the latest events that make the Bay Area great, plus the best deals you can use. Tampa Bay's Morning Blend, weekdays at 10 a.m., sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.